this moment to my whole life, and I dedicate this moment to all the people that believe that the biggest dreams can still come true.
You fucking animal. 100,000. Oh my god.
Oh, me meow.
Hello and welcome to OSW Review, the old school wrestling podcast. Filmed in glorious gravel vision and encoded with blast processing, we chronologically critique wrestling storylines, pay-per-view by pay-per-view. This is your host, your boy, Jay Hunter, joined as ever with Mr. OC.
They do.
And V1.
What's the story?
In a special Brucey bonus, episode 75, Smack 'em Whack 'em. And it's coming up right now.
That's what I am! The total package! Lex Luger has come from out of nowhere! And it takes us back to part 2, Billy! I don't know! It was acceptable in the 80s.
Welcome, Noggers. Happy days are here again.
Pie.
Just eat 100,000 pie.
I love it.
Oh my god, how does it feel, Stephen? We're in the 6-digit club.
It's fucking amazing. That was a long time coming, lads. Over 7 years.
2 years ago, we had 50,000 fans. So it's it's blown up.
Mental. Awesome.
So last time we did the show was like 93.
93,000.
Yeah.
178. So we really had 78,000 fans. I just asked, hey, when did you start watching? And most people were like, oh, whenever you went on Botchmania with Matthew, started watching.
A big turning point.
Yeah.
And a ton of people, Matt McMuscles, he just Roman Reigns the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Plugging us very hard, so
Thank you.
extremely grateful.
Absolutely. Cheers, buddy.
And the Culk,
Yeah.
man, strap the rocket.
Yeah. Good day. And
Have you told anyone in work yet?
well, you've just told me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I will. It's
Everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, awesome. Man, holy
is.
shit.
It's fucking
holy
amazing.
shit. Steve, how is Twitch?
Twitch is lots of fun. Currently playing some Heavy Rain. David Cage's finest. I made it out of the shower
Well done, Steve.
and
Farther than I got.
barreling towards the end. Coming up next, I'm going to be dipping my toes into Dark Souls.
Excellent. Can you give us your URL, Stephen?
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/OSW review.
Wunderbar. Whopper feedback for our Jurassic Park review on NoggerU.
Oh, me meow.
A lot of people loved your hosting as well.
Yeah, cheers. I hated doing it. It was terrifying. Jay, you're amazing, by
Oh,
the way.
stop it, you. Continue.
Very nice to get some positive feedback.
I watched it as well.
Ah, what do you think?
Yeah.
No. It's about a third worse than it usually is, you know?
I'd say a half.
What do you think of Jurassic Park, Steve?
Well, I mean, you were expecting me, it's shite, you know, just because it's me. And no, it's amazing. But I wouldn't want to review it because I don't really have anything to say about it other than, yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Do you like Newman?
Yeah. I think, like, you know, the iconic scenes with the T-Rex and all that. For me, the standout memory is him being killed.
With the
little-
Dilophosaurus?
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
with the head. It's the kind of the sneaky element of it where, you know, the dinosaur is all cutie like a little dog, and then yeah, yeah,
He gets in the car and he gets Pearl Harbored.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's more
Pearl
terrifying.
Harbored from the front. Razor sprinting at him for like a fucking mile away.
Ooh, watch myself and V1 break it down by enrolling in NoggerU at
NoggerU.oswreview.com.
Kaboom. Oh, so with our hot dogging and grandstanding out of the way, let's get you up to speed.
Exclusive on Coliseum Video, yeah. I like it!
1, 2, 1, 2.
Coliseum Video, a subsidiary of Hart Enterprises since 1985, a company which is best known for producing porn,
Oh,
Really?
like Dirty Blonde and other names that are just disgusting.
namely.
Spicy. Why wasn't Sunny Side Up a Coliseum home video release? Missed the boat on that one. Coliseum's big plus was their ability to release pay-per-views a couple of months after the pay-per-view happened, which was much faster than like the NWA or even most film releases. Like Jurassic Park came out in theaters June 1993, but the VHS came out in October 1994.
Oh,
Whoa.
Coliseum's first WWF release was WrestleMania 1 on VHS and Betamax, and from then on trotted out pay-per-views and tons of compilation tapes like Super Tape 94,
Oh, super tape.
Best of Andre the Giant, that kind of thing. And let's not forget they managed to lock down 2 WBF videos.
Oh, we are doing one of them at some point. Yes.
The tapes were generally 90 plus minutes, but by the mid-90s, the newer best ofs were reduced to about 60 minutes because 1 hour VHS tapes are a lot cheaper than having to buy 2 hour ones. Or there wasn't much footage to use for the best of Diesel, you know. WWF decided to do it themselves. Sisters are doing it for themselves.
Is that the name of a porno? Like,
WWF decided to do it themselves in 97, so dropping Coliseum Home Video for WWF Home Video, and Coliseum was fucked and was shut down that year.
aw.
So from then on, and still now, WWE used WWE Home Video and started bringing out these types of videos on the WWE network. Just if you're wondering, sometimes we use Coliseum and Silvervision kind of interchangeably. Coliseum was WWF's US video distributor, and Silvervision was Europe's. For 22 years up until they were ditched in 2012, just before the network launch in 2014. Silvervision they're best known for their Tagged Classics DVD series, where they'd bring out 2 Coliseum home videos or pay-per-views and bring them out as a DVD set. And the big thing about them is they were untouched original tapes. So they didn't have to blur out the WWF, only on like the cover and then on the menu system.
Nice.
Of course, WWE lost the use of the name WWF and iconic scratch logo in 2002 because they overreached their agreement with the World Wildlife Fund. Instead of just giving them a bit of money, they just, no, fine, we'll hire interns and blur the crap out of all of our historical footage for the next decade. They just kind of shied away from using historical footage. So when the network was coming on, it's like, well, this is way too much stuff. So they'll just settle with the World Wildlife Fund. And they did.
I'm so glad, because those like couple of years where you were trying to watch things and everything was blurred,
Oh, especially during the Attitude Era
it was
where
unwatchable.
they just had the scratch logo everywhere.
Yeah.
And marquees, multiple logos on the ref's jersey,
Yeah, like probably
turnbuckles.
like one on the chest, one on each shoulder, one on the side. I was, oh my god.
Hart Enterprises, they're still banging around today, usually throwing around lawsuits to bootleggers who are releasing their old VHS tapes.
Nice.
But sure, the Tag Classics, they're no longer needed since the network came out and they have like pristine copies.
Has everything. By Jesus, the network is great. It's fucking awesome. Just having everything that you could possibly want there, and it's all in glorious HD. Amazing. Well worth your $12 a month.
Absolutely, yeah, geez. Oh man, having every Raw, SmackDown, Nitro, bit of World Class, bit of Stampede even.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, it's good
Pay-per-views.
stuff, yeah. Oh yeah,
good
pay-per-views.
stuff.
All
Yeah.
Overall, Coliseum Home Video released over 200 separate titles for the WWF. Let's check out number 114. Smack 'em Whack 'em.
Smack 'em, whack 'em.
Curtain up! VHS version kicks off with a "Don't try this at home" screen. All WWF wrestling superstars are highly trained pro athletes. Well, I saw the Berzerker on this card.
I saw Kamala. He doesn't even know how to pin people.
Smack'em Whack'em, released April 21st, 1993, less than 3 weeks after WrestleMania 9. With your host, Lord Alfred Hayes. He finds himself in a dilapidated building, which is odd considering he just walked in there with the camera crew.
I'm pretty sure this is the building where Orton and Bray had their match. The biggest bollocks. Oh my god.
And he runs down the card of this videotape, specifically Bret Hart versus the flamboyant one, Ric Flair, for the WWF Championship, in a special with the 505-pound monster Yokozuna and cooking for the single man. So if you're wondering why we chose this pay-per-view, well, I just made you watch it. I chose it and you guys didn't fight me on it.
Yeah.
It's because this came out around WrestleMania 9 and we've already covered WrestleMania 9.
Kind of sad that this came out after Mania 9, just after Bret had lost his belt.
And the guy-
we get to see him win his belt. It's kind of, yeah.
Hey, the guy who beat him has already been beaten as well, so...
Oh, yeah.
Shit, man. V1 and OSC, you're both watching the WWE Network version?
Which is 1 hour 57.
Yes, and I'm watching the old school VHS version of, which is also 1 hour 57.
Nice.
No differences except for the intro and outro music, and WWE were too cheap to pay for it, so they couldn't edit out the audio, so they just blared a cheap free song over it, so you can't really hear Lord Al talking at the end of it because
It's
like
really bad, yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Lord Alfred Hayes and welcome to Smack'em Whack'em. Hello everyone, I'm Lord Alfred Hayes and welcome to Smack'em Whack'em.
But other than that, all gravy.
Nice.
And oh my god, the video quality of the VHS reel, holy shit. The Bushwhackers join Lord Al. Butch says he's been hired by the biggest construction company in America. Don't ask me to name one. And Luke tells us they're turning it into the Bushwhackers whacking room.
Ew.
So
That's fucking gross.
is that back to back or in a big circle? Or?
Just a quick rub and a squeezy all fucking round, lads.
This is the filler for the video, right? Could they not just put on another match or two?
Alright, but it's the Bushwhackers wrestling then.
Yeah, I'd still
Yeah?
put up with that because this is relentless.
Could you imagine being around them 24/7?
Bushwhackers Wrecking Room! You know, mate, a Bushwhackers Wrecking Room!
Oh yeah, sure, I know
You
that.
look around you, mate!
Oh, it's a rec room, I think. Any New Zealand fans, please let me know how you feel about the Bushwhackers representing your country.
But weren't these lads like serious wrestlers at one point?
Oh, the sheep herders, yeah.
And like you can see Butch has all the blade marks on
Oh,
his
the
forehead.
gig marks.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Dusty Rhodes is jealous of them bad boys.
So these Bushwhacker segments are the framing device for the video. We'll dip in with them after each match, except for during the Bret matches. The gimmick being Lord Al, the stuffy gentleman, being forced to get down and dirty, demolishing a room with the Bushknackers.
The Bushknackers. I like it.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Would you like to making fuck Berzerker? I will never tire of that.
No.
It's awesome.
But he's not on the show enough for us to tire of.
That's the first line. Holy, not good enough to have your own matches in the last 3 OSW episodes. Our inaugural contest is Crush versus Berzerker from Erie, Pennsylvania, November 23rd, 1992. All the matches on this tape are from 1992, from July to before the Survivor Series, except for the final match, which was in January 4th, not in the Tokyo Dome. You're going to find this out immediately. Much like all of these Coliseum compilation tapes, it's just a bunch of rando matches thrown together. No continuity or any of that.
1978 house show matches, Jay. That's what this is made up of.
Only the Bret Flair match looks like it was supposed to see the light of day. Lord Al, for the Berzerker, he says, I thought he was a basic wrestler, but he can execute. And shaka, Crush comes out. Monsoon's like, what a nice young man. Maybe too nice.
Well, quite honestly, I think he could do without smiling. He's got to get some sort of killer instinct installed into himself because he's never going to beat people like the Berzerker all the time. He's a nicey fellow like that.
They have a go at this guy. They're like, he has everything. He's big. He has the look. He has the push.
He has the look.
He has the
Crutch.
You know, he's big, tall. I believe that is the look. Big and tall.
Blistering orange crush. A giant lilt can. A giant Fanta can with a gorgeous bushy Kentucky waterfall.
They're like just saying this guy has it all, but he's not that good. I'm just like, way to bury him, mate, you know?
Holy shit, the state of this match. I think this is how it is. Like, you could either have modern wrestling and your high work rate, Osprey, Ricochet, or you can have 90s wrestling with mullet surfer dude versus Mongo Viking.
I never thought I would hear Crush and John Nord mentioned in the same sentence as Osprey and Ricochet. Whoa, that's two ends of a spectrum, Jay.
I know what side I'm on.
Yeah.
Crush kicks off with a nice belly-to-belly and Berzerker responds with a Russian leg sweep. Nice Hoss pile driver. But Cunt Crush already readies his hands to kick out as soon as he gets on top. Oh, for fuck's sake.
In all fairness, like, I don't really blame him. His head was sticking out miles. Yeah. I was terrified watching this move.
I thought he executed it well. He kind of fell backwards on his arse. I think he was fine, actually.
Oh man, Berzerker has this jumping shoulder headbutt botch and Crush like whirrs to the outside and Lord Al says, "This is why Mr. Fuji left you."
Whoa.
Orange Crush hulks up by eating boots to the face, hits an inverted atomic drop, follows up with a backbreaker, but a big leg can't get the 3. Berzerker does, this is a signature spot. Berzerker gets kicked in the thigh and does the splits.
You should not be doing that.
Absolutely not. Someone his size should barely even bump. Maybe the odd time someone should get him to go down on one knee and kind of sell. But like to do the splits? No, bollocks.
I think he's just very proud that he can do the splits.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the splits, so you better kick me.
Like throw a set of pom-poms at him, you know?
Does he have a matching like skirt?
Yeah, he's got the little skirt going on. Yeah.
I've still got to find out what Huss means.
One thing about him as well, the Hoss thing is great, but it's too much. Shut up. You know, like if he's on the offense or defense, he's saying it constantly.
Yeah.
And can you imagine for the wrestler in the ring against him, how pissed off they'd be listening to this shit. And himself, how pissed off he'd be listening to himself doing this shit. It's like OSW in a way.
Crush applies the Kali head vice and that'll do it. Crush wins in 6 minutes 10 seconds.
Man, you know you're a whopper wrestler when someone goes, here, Crush, over here, we're going to give you a new move, mate. He's like, yeah, what is it? Like a triple power bomb? Am I going to hold someone up in place and then do, you know, like a jackknife? And he's like, you're going to press your palms against the guy's head and that is all? Yeah.
What did you think of this match?
It was terrible. Look, it was fun seeing these two blokes again. It's been a while since we've seen them, but yeah, it was shite.
It's a big, basic shit 80s house show match with two big hosses who should batter each other, but they don't really. I was shocked that though when Crush was making his comeback, you could hear the fans booing.
Oh.
So he already wasn't that over. And he is not getting over anytime soon.
This is part of one match in these marathon taping sessions where they do dozens of matches per day, and I can only imagine Vince watching this match in the back saying, I can't air this. Smack 'em, whack 'em.
I can't air this on free TV, but I will charge marks for it. Oh, yeah.
The Bushwhackers want to put a new window in, so Luke marks the spot on the fake wall to hit it with a sledgehammer. Butch measures up.
This is a kid, mate.
and misses it by a really wide margin.
And goes to fucking town on the wall, just smacking it and getting further away from the X.
This is like, when you're playing darts and you're aiming for the triple 20 and then he just hits a cameraman off to the side. Fucking hell. Oh, yeah, it was hilarious. I loved it.
Of all of these segments, that was the best one.
It was my favorite as well, yeah. But, other than these guys like screaming at the camera, "Whoa, yeah, all right, kiddos, you gotta learn your multiplication tables." I'm just like, oh my God, give it a rest, mate. Just hit the wall.
Yeah.
For a very long day here, if that's the situation.
How about that, Alfred?
It's great, it's really great.
Gorilla Monsoon along with his lordship, Alfred Hayes, for this Coliseum exclusive.
Match number 2 is Earthquake versus Repo Man from Dayton, Ohio, November 24th. This match came about as Repo beat Typhoon. Lord Al says he did. That doesn't sound like Repo at all, but it does sound like Tug Job. It's very impressive that Smash lost so much weight, but he seems to have not put on any muscle, so he just looks like just way smaller than Earthquake.
Yeah.
Quake's son posted a pic of his dad on Reddit. There's a lovely thread where just people are just saying really nice things, just marking out over Quake.
He's awesome.
Yeah. I'll leave a link in the description. You should have a look-see.
I think I'd say Earthquake was my favourite / the best of all the Hogan era baddies. I just thought he was awesome.
He seemed like the one most likely to beat him.
And he's a great wrestler as well.
Yeah.
And a great promo. Big, fat, sweaty man promo. Awesome. He's the wrestler that Zeus only could have been,
We beat them fair and square. They were cut out of the ring. We had our hands held high.
Slightly. And we don't often see this happening to Repo Man. He's on the...
Repo starts Lex selling, getting shoulder blocked in the turnbuckle. So Quake would shoulder tackle and he go, "Whoa!
Yeah.
Ah!" Oh, no, it's different. It's like, oh.
It sounds like he likes it.
Bret's rope clothesline by Repo and he sneakily laughs. Awesome. Lord Al notes that although Quake is so agile, it's a detriment as he misses an elbow drop and now he's on the ground for a while. Oh, Jesus. Repo goes off the top with the, "Hey, it's the finish." Quake doesn't really catch him, but slam, elbow drop, Richter scale, and giant whoopsie for the win in 4 minutes 20. What do you think, Gook?
Squash match. The only thing that I noticed at all was Gorilla. I mean, it's nice to hear Gorilla again, but he does come out with some awful shite. Like, talking about the cameramen and how lucky they are to get to travel the world.
Cameraman number 5 over here.
Who's that? Cameraman number 5? I don't know your name.
Talking about them traveling the world with the WWF and
On
what a
our
dream.
dime.
Yeah. That sounds like a nightmare to me. At least if you're a wrestler, you're in front of the crowd, you're getting the adulation.
Although you are paying for your own travel if you're a wrestler.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, yeah, that $25 you get in the Raw, they're going to make up for that. They travel the world a lot now. Back then, yes, there was some, but I mean, it was mostly America and Canada. Like, fucking turning up in Delaware. Like, as a cameraman, what's he going to do now? It sounds shit.
Plus, he'd have to get there for 7 a.m. to start setting up things, and they'd have to break it down afterwards, so they're not getting to sleep until 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
So shut up.
Our Coliseum video exclusive cameraman.
What a life they lead, Alfred, traveling all over the world, following
devils.
the World Wrestling Federation.
Everything paid for.
Do you think, Repo, on our last episode, Repo had stole Macho Man's hat. Did Macho not pay for the hat? Is he still paying repayments on the hat? Has he missed a repayment on the hat?
This level of kayfabe is beautiful.
And it's not like as if they'd repossess after one reminder. Like, this would be 3 or 4 reminders about the payment on the fucking hat.
It's like, give me my $6. Why'd you put it on?
I know for a fact that you made 25 quid last show. You have the money to pay this.
Great call, Joe.
Thank you. The Bushwhackers have a circular saw, and that's terrifying. They cut through a false wall, and you can see the kind of real wall is behind it, finding an exposed electrical wire. Here, Alfred, mate, hold this. And of course...
It's bad. This is fucking really bad. Isn't it? isn't it?
What do you mean?
Alfred, like Lord Al in this.
What do you think of the cell job?
Pure 90s children's comedy bollocks. Lord Al gave it socks, but that doesn't make it any better. It was cringy bad. When I was 9, this was probably amazing, but now it's fucking rough. Like,
It wasn't.
It's
Steve.
bad
it
comedy.
Wasn't to me. Like, I'd like to think as a 9-year-old, I wouldn't have been laughing at somebody dying because they were being electrocuted. Because that's what they implied. It's not like he got up and his hair was standing on end. You know, he was dead for all intents and purposes.
Oh no!
A special look at Yokozuna and cooking for the single man. Mean Gene is with Yokozuna and Mastermind Mr. Fuji in their own section at a restaurant. You know the way when celebs go shopping, they shut down the entire shopping centre? They did not shut down shit for the WWF in 93.
you can hear people in the background. It's ghetto, lads.
I think they taped this where they taped the Samurai Cop in the restaurant, you know. They have a privacy screen, so that's something. Genus tells us Zuma has 15,000 calories a day, which is about 6 times an average male, which includes 5 to 10 pounds of steamed rice for strength. Throughout this segment, I'm wondering if Yoko, he'll be reserved because he's on camera, or will he just wolf down free food? Cue montage of him smashing those plates out of it.
He just goes to fucking town. 10 fucking steaks is a lot of meat.
Gene's hosting the segment, and Mr. Fuji is the colour, basically. And Yokozuna, he's focused on the food. No chit chat, barely talks. He's just looking.
In fact, he's so focused on the food that when the chef comes out and he starts doing all his shaky tricks and messing around with the knife, Yokozuna goes to Fuji and he's like, "Get him to fucking give me meat now, mate.
Stop hot dogging."
Yeah. Give me food. Do your job.
Yes, Lou, the hibachi-style chef, starts hot dogging in front of the flat-top grill, including juggling spices and pointing knives at you, fuck's sake. It's a teppanyaki chef. Yoko, I love his buffet technique, though. He's like, eat the steak first, then the shrimp, and then bullshit carbs.
Yeah, what's
Rice
the deal?
last. Yeah.
I'd be the total opposite. Like, I always save my favourite for last.
Would you be too full, Steve?
Yeah, no. He's like, when I get a Mackie D's, burgers first, and then if I want to eat the chips, I can. I don't have to if I don't want to.
But this is a buffet, Stephen, so you can have as much of anything that you want.
Well, then it's all meat.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Yokozuna knows his shit.
It's almost like he's done this once or twice, you know?
But it was like when we were in the all-you-can-eat Argentinian steakhouse. Do you remember that?
In Orlando.
Yeah. And like, we were just meat.
Oh, yeah. Stop,
Yeah.
Stop pushing potatoes on us.
Yeah.
Racist.
So I really enjoyed the segment. I don't know why. I think maybe it's because there was food in it, and I like things with food in it. You know, like Man versus Food. You know, those kind of shows. I just enjoyed seeing nice food. And that shrimp and that rice looked amazing.
The rice looked
Yeah.
Oh
awesome.
my God.
What I didn't like is they cut up your steaks for you into cubes so you can inhale it faster. That's what you do for children. I'll cut up your meat and now you can eat, do you know?
I quite like the handiness of that.
Yeah.
So he can... so he can eat it like a duck. Like he doesn't need to chew. He just...
Tell me, do you have a blender?
Ginas, how do you say it's finished in Japanese? And Food just says sayonara.
Because he doesn't know.
Yeah, hang on. Can you not speak Japanese? Mr. Harry Fujiwara. He's American Japanese, but he was born in Hawaii.
Hawaii, yeah.
Can't speak
He's got
Japanese.
an American accent.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. And so it's like, how do you say something in Japanese? Oh, go to finish. End segment.
Sayonara, everybody.
Bye.
So Fuji claims it's time for dessert, and Yoko is like,
With a glint in his eye.
A way to put over your monster heel.
it was good. I enjoyed this thoroughly.
Yeah,
I have
it
to
was
say.
good.
I'm kind of mixed. First of all, I thought,
Like the vegetables.
yes, Mean Gene was such a pro. Like, this guy just carried this segment completely. He like sold being blown away with Yoko just wolfing down all of this food. However, lads, 13 minutes.
Filler.
Yeah. You know, like,
Much like the carbs.
seriously, you know, so if you chopped this in half, it would have been much, much better.
I thought it felt like 5 minutes. I'd rather 10 more minutes of this and like take away the previous 2 matches.
Really?
Yeah.
You watch a fat man eat for 20 minutes.
Santa Madre, Jesus. Now it's time for dessert.
Dessert?
Yes, dessert.
No dessert, Fuji, please.
Pound of cake, ice cream. Oh.
A Bret Hart profile, which is the Hitman section of the tape. Monsoon, adorned in his WrestleMania 9 merch, interviews WWF champion Bret Hart, setting up his matches on Smack 'em Whack 'em. They look to be outside Caesar's Palace. So, Caesar's Foyer. Site of WrestleMania 9. First up would be the ladder match with Shawn Michaels. How many times was Shawn Michaels said in this, 30 seconds?
I counted, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Did you?
Do you want to guess?
Really? 8.
Oh, very good. It's 7. Bret smokes Monsoon 5-2.
Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels.
Even when pressed, Bret, like a great WWF employee, pretends not to know where Shawn got the idea for the ladder match, because Gorilla was just kind of busting his balls about that. Of course, Bret himself suggested the match type to Vince. Bret's father, in Stampede Wrestling, he's done ladder matches since the 70s. I actually credit Dan Crawford for that. And sure, Bret's been having ladder matches in Stampede since 1983, including
Wow.
matches with Bad News Allen, Bad News Brown. Oh, state of Stampede's ladders. They're like a buckety aluminium ones.
Yeah.
Holy shit. These are like child's ladders. Bret originally floated the first ever WWF ladder match for SummerSlam 92 versus Shawn, when it was originally going to be held in Washington, D.C., but then they moved it to Wembley and they changed the match to Bret versus Davey Boy. But Vince still wanted to see a bout off TV as a kind of proof in concept, and who better to have it with than Shawn Michaels? Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels.
Right now, let's go into the archives, drag out that match, the dreaded ladder match. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a ladder match scheduled for the Intercontinental title. Introducing first, the challenger.
Next up is our Intercontinental title match, the legit first ever ladder match in the WWF. It's Sexy Boy Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hitman Hart, the champion. This is from Portland, Maine, July 21st, 1992. Question: how many matches were on the day this was taped, July 21st?
Like 15.
19. No, wait.
Oh.
16.
31.
Oh, God.
Jesus, the poor fans.
Oh, God.
But they'd all be like 4-minute matches, and then this one goes 12:53.
Oh my God.
This female ring announcer?
No clue.
Haha, it's this woman. She says, a ladder match scheduled for the Intercontinental title. Yeah, I guess. You have fucking 3 lines to learn, mate. Some kid in the crowd bashes a Hasbro's Shawn Michaels action figure.
Give that kid Ritalin now. Oh my God.
Why would he buy my action figure just to beat me up?
Oh, see, you used to work in Smith's, didn't you?
I did a dark time. That was just horrible.
Really?
Yeah.
But you had, I was going to say creative control.
I did.
You had control of the wrestling figures.
I was on the boys aisle and there was a collection of wrestling figures. So what I used to do, I used to hide all the John Cenas, not like in a mean way, in a nice way. I used to hide all the John Cenas up the top. So if a kid came in and actually asked for John Cena, I would get it. Otherwise, you wouldn't want just a random kid. I want one of them, and taking the John Cena on a kid that really wanted him.
Right, okay.
So I thought it was quite a nice...
I love how you make up your mind for other children. It's amazing. I'm doing a service.
You don't deserve a John Cena.
Only if you ask for John Cena shall you receive, mate. Did you try to push some of your boys?
Why didn't I fucking think of that?
It's like there's this one Smith's in Dublin. Bob Holly sales through the roof.
Carlito.
You got like truckloads of fucking Virgil coming in. Come on.
Amazing.
We get a few nice camera shots of the round hanger the belt will be suspended from. Through
Ghetto also. By the
oh
way.
shit.
It's like, modern day WWE, they've got this big kind of gold thing with two
Hanger,
hooks
yeah.
that they hang the belt from. This is just a wire. Created by Johnny Devine, rumor has it.
We also get through the ladder at the entrance ramp. That was quite nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
And rolling up the side of Sherry's arse.
That was also nice. Commentators absolutely splooged themselves over the thoughts of her having a tattoo on her boob. And Monsoon asks for a close-up camera shot so that he can show Lord Al. It's brilliant.
What is that?
I love the two of these just bouncing off each other. It's so much fun.
She's such a beautiful young lady there.
And got a tattoo right on her breast, Alfred.
How do you
Did
know
you
that?
see that?
No, I did. I
It's
don't
right
look
there. Well,
there.
wait till we get another close-up. I'll show you.
Sherry is still with Shawn, so putting this match before Halloween 92 when Marty returned, so it's from July 21st. Collar and elbow tie-up to kick off as Bret counters a rocker dropper with a clothesline and goes to work. It's the first ever ladder match, which is technically correct. There's only one ladder. Every other one, it's a ladders match. And I like this. There's only one weapon, one utensil you can use to win. But of course, you'd be fucked if you broke the ladder, and you only have one.
Oh, yeah.
They'd have to have a spare out the back. wouldn't they?
Hopefully. Lord Al quietly mentions that he's seen at least 2 ladder matches before.
Shut up, mate.
Great idea. Sherry gets up in Bret's grill, allowing Shawn a few seconds to set up the ladder. Fun drama and a big pop from the crowd. I was thinking, man, only a few minutes into this trial run, there's proof that this match is a hit.
A page out of Bret Hart.
Hey, Bret, turn around. Pay attention.
Actually, one thing that I love about this match, it's a wrestling match that uses this rather than being a match that's built around spots, jumping off ladders and everything else. So, yeah, love it.
But they're both still doing the bullshit with the I climb up one rung. Try it, now I can't reach. Second rung, can't reach. Third rung, can't reach.
In kayfabe, there's never been one of these matches before. So they're like testing the waters. And of course, each rung that you go up, the danger from falling becomes much, much higher.
I mean, we're talking about like what, a 6-foot ladder here.
Kayfabe, Steve.
And watching this, I can see Bret's fingerprints and match layout getting across all the potential dramatics this match type could provide. It's like, use a ladder as a weapon. Shawn throws Bret into it. Bret pulls Shawn off the ladder, which falls onto Shawn. Hart catapults Shawn into the ladder in the corner. Both climb up and fall off. And Bret drop kicks the ladder and Shawn bumps over the top rope. Massive pop.
Can I just say, Shawn's bump where he jumped off like the second rung, beautiful.
And that belt swinging precariously. Oh,
Why does he realize that? Oh, look at that.
Finish of the match. Since it's the first ladder match, Bret's up there like a rat up a drain pipe
It's great.
and collects his IC championship for the win in 12:53. What do you think?
If I had never seen a ladder match, I would have been blown away. Seeing, all the different TLC matches, and then obviously Money in the Bank. It's a Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels match that happens to have a ladder that they use occasionally. It was quite good.
I really like this match. It was simple. Like, I really do think that to try and judge this match, you have to put your mindset back into 1992 and not think about TLC and Money in the Bank and crazy fucking spots, which is difficult. But I love simple booking and simple wrestling, and I thought they laid out a really good match. And I think the kind of proof of this being a good match is when you listen to the fans, they go mental for the simplest things. I think there's a bit where Shawn being not whipped, but
Spanked.
catapulted on to the ladder and then taking his bump off the second rung. Fans go mental. Bret just climbing up, reaching for the belt. They're losing their shit. So yeah, overall, like, I couldn't call this a great match, but I really liked it.
Well said, Steve. I agree. This was the first crack in Shawn and Bret's relationship, as this was Bret's idea, obviously. Shawn tried to retrofit this as, me and Razor, I thought of this for WrestleMania 10. Like, Bret was super salty about it for years and years, obviously. It doesn't help that the Clique kind of only help themselves during the New Gen era, you know, so they're a union, but only for themselves. But he's come around to it being a good match and helping Razor and stuff like that, so...
Yeah, well, to be fair to Shawn, he did correct the referee's mistake. He actually hung the belt properly on the cable. Did you see that? The ref was kind of hanging it like facing up so the camera wouldn't have been able to see it. And Shawn just quick change before they hauled it up.
Nice. Yeah. And then did he go backstage and try to get the ref sacked because he's a cunt?
Ladder match, extremely dangerous to say the least, Bret. Congratulations on a tremendous victory. You know, you had an opportunity to be challenged by the one-time Ugandan giant Kamala before coming under the tutelage of the Slickster.
Next up is a WWF Championship match. It's Bret Hart, the champion, versus Kamala. Gorilla congratulates Bret, saying he's the only one in history to defend the WWF title more than anybody else. Which is like saying he's the only one in first place. Bret says he's happy to face the Ugandan giant to prove himself as the best WWF champion, and mentions Kamala had a tremendous reputation. No, you didn't. Wrestling on Superstars and WWF Challenge, he overcame such luminaries as Don Driggers, Tony Nardo, Salvatore Bellomo, Jesse Cortez, and Dale Wolf.
Whoa, killer's row, lads.
And as soon as it came to anyone of note, Warrior, Taker, Bossman, fucking Chico Santana, pinfall losses.
Bullshit.
Our next match. From Louisville, Kentucky, October 28th. Dr. Harvey Whippleman asked people to stand up and show respect for your next WWF champion, Kamala.
Amazing.
Could you imagine it?
Be good.
I cannot think of another individual who has worn the gold more proudly than the Hitman.
Oh man, I love this. Old school commentators treat the match as a legit sporting contest. Lord Isle asked Sean Mooney, who's stepping in for Gorilla, what his assessment of Bret Hart's tactics would be to retain the title. Mooney retorts, don't get trapped in the corner, keep your distance, pick your shots carefully, and make your shots count.
I like that. That's like, you know, like an actual boxing match with a good boxer who's going up against like a powerhouse. That's exactly what you tell them. It's good.
Lord Al is impressed. Time for a Sean Mooney stinger. Kamala wears makeup because he's either a fugitive or owes alimony.
So is that why he carries around a spear so he can, like, you know, get the taxman off him? Like, you know, if someone wants his money, get away, you bollocks.
I don't think that would work for very long.
Or it would work forever.
The ref is Fonzie without his whistle. Bret kicks off by dodging Kamala's lunges, but gets caught in the corner. Clubbing Kamala's forearm, he howls like a banshee. I think it's more like a whale. He's like, oh.
Hitman oblivious to all that. He's got a mission in there.
Comedy chop lunges while schwabbing on the floor. I love that. And comedy, whoa, stay on his feet by Kamala. Do you like the selling here?
Yeah. The whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah.
Kamala wants a test of strength, which is a cheap ploy to lengthen the match while standing still, I think.
Lengthen? Triple the length of the match, because they had nothing else to fucking do. In saying that, I love this. I was recently watching a bit of Hogan Warrior from WrestleMania 6, and they open up with test of strength, and they're going chest to chest. Warrior outpowers Hogan first. Hogan backs away and he looks at the crowd and they go fucking mental. They're doing nothing. No one's going to get injured, and listen to the fans. They're going apeshit. So I miss this from modern day wrestling.
I think that works for gladiators like the Warrior, but like Ugandan Savage shouldn't be doing a test of strength.
That is true.
Okay, 99.9% of these tests end with a kick to the belly welly. And the ones that don't, so say Hogan and Warrior, what was done? So what?
That ended in like the greatest gif of all time, where he does that blowjob. Bret Hart agrees to the test of strength eventually, and Kamala immediately goes for a chop, but Bret stamps his foot, and Kamala sounds like he's on hot coals. And he's like, ooh, yeah. Good stuff here. And I do like Kamala's bug-eyed look around. He's like,
He's fucking Yoda.
Yes, a little bit. Tapping spin kick from Kamala lightly touches Bret. And Lord Al marks out. I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Lord Al, like, he really dives into it saying, oh, he's tricked Bret Hart into thinking that he's a dumb savage. But he's really just a moron. Oh my God, Kamala with the tit grab.
Yes.
And it goes Magna. I mark the fuck out here.
The tit grab.
Finish of the match, enough of that shit. Bret hits a Russian leg sweep, a Bret's rope clothesline, a Bret's rope monkey flip, a Bret's rope pinpoint elbow, outsmart the heels, and roll up Kamala 4-3 in 8 minutes 50.
Oh! I was going to say they had some contingency for a thing like this, but he's got it! Rolls him up! Whoa!
850. Whoa. About
Whoa.
5 minutes spent in a test of strength.
Yeah. No, not even in a test of strength.
Yeah, teasing a test of strength.
I'm teasing a rest hold.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Randy
Pay
Orton
me.
next level.
What do you think, Ook?
It was exactly as expected. Kamala's now a joke. This is post-Taker, right? So he's lost any kind of heat he had, right? It was only going one way, and like, you know, in the interview with Gorilla beforehand, Bret is talking about how he's defended the title so many times, and Kamala, difficult opponent. This is the level, and we mentioned of opponent for the world title.
Like, beating jobbers isn't, an accolade.
Exactly, it's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
So it was a nothing match. I quite enjoyed it because it's quite funny watching Kamala.
I just have it written here like, Jesus Christ, an absolutely nothing match. No heat, no moves, no spots, no psychology, no anything. Just a shitty house show comedy match featuring a jobber. Very happy when it ended.
Steve, the tit grab.
The tit grab.
Yeah. That has to be a thing. And then get HR involved.
Be like the time when Bischoff was with Linda.
Ma, you're quite a big-breasted lady, aren't you?
Whoa.
It's like Vince booking him to wear the face of his wife and his daughter.
Yeah, cracking one off to her. you know Vince loved that shit.
You are a rather big-breasted beauty, aren't you?
When are we going to see the match that brought the title to Bret the Hitman Hart? The match in which he had to defeat reigning champion at that time, Ric Flair. We're going to see that match right now. You asked for it, you got it. Here it is.
Gorilla pimps the main event of the tape, which isn't the last match, by the way, saying that there's been so many calls into Coliseum asking when we can see the match where Bret won the title. Bollocks. Who's got Coliseum's home number? Bret says he didn't get many WWF title chances and wasn't going to be stopped by Flair. It's weird, they go from Bret successfully defending the IC belt to defending the world title and then winning the world title.
It's quite strange.
Yeah. Match number 5 is Bret Hitman Hart versus the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the WWF champion. It's October 12th in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, hometown of Stu Hart. Bret says, I thought about this match for so long. No, you fucking didn't. You found out the day of the show that you were winning this belt.
Maybe if he had said that I dreamed about this match, it would have been a much better promo. Not a better promo, just made more sense.
Can you imagine the day Vince told Bret he was going to win the WWF title? And Bret was like, oh, what? A Survivor Series? No. The Royal Rumble? No. WrestleMania?
And his hat goes up to the ceiling.
No. But when then? Smack 'em, whack 'em. Kick off with Flair headlock pins. They kind of roll in, roll out, roll in, roll out. Ooh, Flair is still with Mr. Perfect, so it's before the Survivor Series, obviously, October 12th. Hilariously, the commentators get over Bret being confident, and Mr. Perfect, who happens to be nearby, hears the commentators and says he doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, I love that.
He certainly stepped into the ring here today full of confidence, Mr. Perfect.
Doesn't have a chance.
Hart doesn't go for a sharpshooter early as it would be foolish and stomps the abdomen instead. Lordal marks hard over that decision, saying Bret doesn't step where angels fear to tread. Lordal then specifically commends cameraman number 5 for always doing a great job.
What is it about this guy?
Oh my God.
What is the number of that cameraman there?
I believe it's 5, Alfred.
Number 5 cameraman. He's always getting some really good stuff on the outside.
Especially when he gets his wake-up call. Then he's really on it.
Mat-based technical match as Bret out-wrestles Flair, keeping his hammerlock applied. Sunset flip by Bret and... Aloha Flair! Aloha Flair! And it's successful. Another Aloha Flair who gets his arse out. But Bret only gets a 2, where the crowd piped up for the arse spot.
Yeah. Flair loves getting his arse out. Him, Hunter, stick me down for Greg Valentine.
Jesus
he
Christ. Put it away, man.
Comes across as someone who likes to get his big, horrible hole out every now and again.
Is that because no one will willingly see his arse? Bret works over the leg and slaps on Flair's figure 4. Hart's headlock is immediately reversed into a big back body drop, and Perfect walks around with something in his pocket.
I got something in my pocket for you.
Why don't you reach your pen and grab it and see what it is? Just hang on to it just for you. And give it a little squeeze and say, how do you do? I love, that's one of my favourite songs in South Park. I love that song. Yeah, it never comes into play. Flair lands Bret on his knee and slaps on the figure 4. Flair shouts out, now we go! And it's countered into a roll-up. During the bout, I couldn't help thinking, like, these guys don't want to wrestle each other. No creativity in the match, which Bret's matches usually have, but, you know.
Do you reckon Bret was maybe a bit sour, like he kind of saw...
Bret being sour? No.
Maybe he thought, this is my moment. I'm going to be the champion, and Flair is calling the match, and I want to do this, and he just wants to, like, eye poke and blah, blah, blah.
That's what it was like when HBK beat Bret at WrestleMania 12. And that's still ahead of us in OSW. You know, where he told Bret to get the fuck out of his ring at the end, because you have certain ideas about how you dream about this moment and you want it to go perfectly.
Yeah. One spot that I loved, it's also gone from modern day wrestling. Flair has Bret in a wrist lock, bending him over backwards. And
sorry, go ahead.
And then Bret just kind of powers back up and goes to town on him. Innuendo. And the fans love it, and I loved it, and I miss it.
So demoralizing him, but can you do that to a man with an ego like Flair has? Look at Flair, he's stuck.
Superface Bret takes down his straps and no-sells chops. Very much like kind of Marty McFly standing up to Biff. I got a big bang of that. Before a big-time superplex, applies the sharpshooter effortlessly and wins.
And he's trying to detract the referee, but he didn't.
Oh, he gave up! We've seen history made!
And that's why Bret goes for the sharpshooter once, is because he wins with it.
Yeah.
Awesome. 26 minutes 30. What did you think?
It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Bret HBK match at Survivor Series. I thought a lot of rest holds, a lot of stalling for the first 2/3 of the match, I'd say, and then it picked up towards the end. I did like how the commentators put over the story in that Bret, very much the underdog, gonna give it his all, he's a big threat, but, I mean, he's up against Ric Flair. How is he gonna beat him? And at one point, during the match, it looked like Flair was completely in control and they were putting over that, okay, Bret's done. He's not coming back from this. And then the slow build-up and it came to a fast build-up and then he regained momentum and won. So, in the end, Hart, pardon the pun, won overhead.
Oh.
So it's rare I say, but I quite like the storyline of the match, but it was too slow for too long.
I thought the match was good. It was decent. Like you said, it was slow. They went out there and they had a easygoing house show world title match. The thing that I did like about it is that it felt completely different to other WWF matches that were going on at this time. So it was quite fresh. They didn't do much, but the fans were into absolutely everything. And even though it was slow, when it came time to, turn it up, they did it. The fans loved it. And yeah, I thought this was an easy match to watch. I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't be marking out to it.
Yeah, agreed. Obviously, since this wasn't on TV, no build. It was a sudden decision. Bret only found out that morning he was winning the belts, Flair getting 1-2 days notice. Vince didn't want to have this match on TV because, who'd buy tickets to a show if you've seen the match on TV? And Vince had all but given up on the Ultimate Warrior and kind of quickly going with Bret was his best bet. The other reason is that Nate was working with a serious ear injury. A couple of days before the bout, he wrestled the Ultimate Warrior, got clocked in the ear, had some serious nerve damage and dizzy spells and that. So it kind of explains why he was off his game and, he couldn't put on a classic Ric Flair match. Still 26 minutes and it was very giving to Bret.
I want to thank all the people that have supported me over the years, and I'm going to promise one thing. As I hold the World Wrestling Federation Championship belt, I will be always the People's Champion.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Oh, it's good to see you back on deck, Lord Alfred!
A penultimate dive back in with the Bushwhackers. They're making a Bushwhacker bathroom. Let's open this pipe and drench Al. And we get a good look at the Londoners' Norks. He's got very small nips.
Hang on! Oh no! Where did that come from?
5 matches down, 1 match left, and it's time for your main event. Stephen? It's your main event. It's your final match. It's The Undertaker versus Razor Ramon. Holy shit, what a big time match. This could be a main event in a New Gen pay-per-view.
Yes.
A fitting match to show right before WrestleMania 9, the number 2 babyface Taker, after Bret, versus the number 2 heel Razor, after Yoko. I was like, Jesus, who's going to win this match? Both of you being pushed really hard. Not the fans.
Honestly, I was just glad that we didn't have to hear Razor talk. Delighted.
Yeah. No.
It's not news, but wow, Razor looks like $1 million. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He's nearly as big as Taker, lads.
Oh my god.
And built.
And yeah,
properly
wider.
built.
Yeah.
You'd love to stick him in your main event, wouldn't you?
The Diamond Stud taps Taker on the shoulder, "Hey, dead man," and successfully WCWs him. He leaves the ring, Taker gives chase, get back in the ring first, and stomp him when Taker gets in. It's not going so well, so Razor uses a chair to the back and throws him into the steps. No DQ, and Bearer is inadvertently tying up the ref.
And then walks off like Liam Gallagher or something. He's just like, looks like an absolute scummer. It's great.
This looked painful. Normally with Taker, it's very nice and easy.
Yeah, it's good. And he's like doing it for a house show as well.
Yeah.
You know, holy shit.
Hey, main event, Jay.
This better go on last on Smack 'em Whack 'em. Yeah. Scott Hall with some repeated elbow drops. He just go,
He hit like 7 of them. But I will give him his due. They looked so safe and so easy. I am positive that these hurt his hip more than Taker. Good working, mate.
Razor manages to get Bearer's urn and sneak in an urn shot on Taker. Man, Bear are having a real bad day. A lot of fuck-ups here. Big time chokeslam, but Taker awkwardly doesn't go for the pin since it's not the finish. Better pay attention to the urn. Razor hightails it, and it is the fucking finish. A countout in 7:30. The final match of the tape ends with a countout.
My God, this ref was blitzing this 10 count. It felt like 4 seconds, and then it's good.
The countout finish. Yeah, so what do you think?
I really liked it. And I'm not just saying that. I really, really enjoyed this match. Snappy, did what it needed to do, got them both over in their own way. I loved Scott Hall's facials, when he just couldn't beat Undertaker and couldn't understand what the hell was going on. And I could have happily watched another 10 minutes of this pay-per-view quality match, lads, and should have been on Mania.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's awesome. I loved watching it. Of course, the finish was, but that's only because I wanted to see more of the match.
I say this was the third best match on this show.
Whoa!
Look, both guys are awesome. Both guys are over. The finish was bollocks, and that kind of pissed me off a bit. Razor looks like a top guy. Taker obviously is a top guy. It's only the greatest act in wrestling history,
Yeah.
The match was basic. They didn't do much, but it was still better than most of the other matches on this show.
Top 3 matches tonight?
Number 3, this
Razor.
match. Number 2, I'd probably have to give it to Flair and Bret, and I enjoyed the ladder match the most.
Oh, okay. It's like, probably not Kamala.
Although that test of strength spot, lads.
We got a special treat just for you. We got a treat, yes, mate.
The main event Bushwhackers close out Smack'em Whack'em. They have a final special treat for Lord Al. After electrocution and drowning, it's nothing compared to being forced to watch more Coliseum home videos. They set him up on the chair, break out the little table.
Radiation King is next. And did you notice that they didn't bring out a VCR? So how is he watching these fucking tapes?
Fucking SD card.
Yes. Yeah, so then the two lads say that they're going out to the shops to pick up like soda and popcorn. And then Lord Al sits down and gives us the outro to the show. And we'll never know what he said. Because all I could hear was like...
I'll see you later for the Coliseum home video. This is a great night to be out here. Hope you enjoy it. See you next time.
And we're out.
Well, thank you for being safe left for just a few moments. I'll tell you for why, because I'm really nervous right now. I hope you
pay the 10 cents for the damn song.
Yeah.
I felt bad thinking it, but I think I would have preferred Lord Al to have died earlier and watch this.
He comes back and it's his fucking ghost. Vince, buy the fucking song. Play the Stormer.
Welcome to the Aftermath. V1, sir, what did you think of the show?
Very, very mixed. I'll just talk about the things that I liked. Lord Al is very charming. He's not very good at what he does, but he fucking tries, and I appreciate that. I think he kind of got away by being British, and Yanks kind of hear that accent and think that he's classy and cool. I'm like, man, imagine if he was like a fucking Scouse. All fucking right, lads. You fucking bushwhacker. Be fucking amazing. I enjoyed Flair Bret. I liked Shawn and Bret. Some of the comedy was good. I thought most of it was awful. I know you guys were quite up on the Yoko eating segment. I wasn't a big fan. Give me half of the length and, I'll
all of the width.
Jump on. Woo! Of course, then there were some awful, like, Kamala match, Repo Earthquake, the fucking opener, like, just 3 bollocks, absolutely nothing matches. I can't believe you're actually charging people to watch this. Give me a tag team match. Give me, like, Owen versus someone, give me something good. So, yeah, overall, it's decent enough.
Yeah, I'd say veritable mixed bag. I really enjoyed the last match. Best match in the card. And I would recommend it purely because of the historical significance. First ever WWF ladder match and Bret winning his first WWF championship. So for those reasons, I'd say give it a watch. But, I mean, don't expect a huge amount of quality out of it.
Well, this is a dream review for me. 3 Bret Hart matches. I could have done with 3 more. Love seeing Bret work. Very sad that this match, it happened in October. It wasn't on TV. It wasn't on pay-per-view. You will have to wait on some shitty tape 6 months later when he's already lost the belt to watch it.
That's the worst, that this came out after Mania 9.
Although massive, huge novelty factor of seeing the old WWF crew, man, really high. So enjoyed it tremendously. Loved the commentary with Lord Al and Monsoon. They work wonders together. So thumbs up from me, but my recommendation, pinch of salt. So let's take it to the Wrestling Is
Awesome
segment. Awesome.
segment.
Awesome!
Well, that does it for this week, folks. Episode 75, Smack 'em, Whack 'em, where'd you get that pack 'em, is in the books.
In the pocket.
Out of sight.
On the books.
In the pocket.
Out of sight.
Next pay-per-view stop is Hogan's Last Stand at the King of the Ring 1993. 5 years in the making, it's gonna happen.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah.
So we will see you next time for that. Steve, what you playing on Twitch, buddy?
I am currentently working my way through the Souls series, Jay. Kicking my ass, but god damn, it feels good when you finally win.
I marvel at both of you. Like, say, I check in on the page and you're playing God of War, and then the next thing you're playing Batman, then you're playing Heavy Rain. You complete all these games.
Yeah.
Like, I've completed maybe 5 games in my life.
Most of them are Pro Evo. 2018, 2017, 2016.
Yeah. It's very rare that I play a game that I don't beat it. Like, game has to suck for me not to beat it, or just not be my type of game.
Excellent. Can you give us your URL, Stephen?
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/OSW review.
Oh, meow. And remember, you can watch all of our episodes in glorious 4:3 full screen.
Fuck!
No, in fuck for that's why I should write it down. 75 episodes, still don't have it. Remember, you can watch all of our episodes.
Fuck!
Real Darby, your online favorite 4:3 full screen at
OSWreview.com.
Blamo. And if you want to a couple of books, a fin perhaps, you can mail it. And don't mail it, that's a terrible idea. But you can enroll at NoggerU at yeah, that's right.
Yeah, NoggerU.OSWreview.com.
Problemo. You can catch some fantastic film reviews with myself and V1, such as Jurassic Pork,
Jurassic Mark,
and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So So it's a goodbye from V1.
Take a fucking boo.
And OSE.
They do.
And myself, Jay Hunter. And remember, a winner is you. Oh, and subscribe. Be one of the over 100,000 YouTube subscribers.
Filthy newcomers.
I wonder who was the first subscriber. Luke.
Davin.
Yeah. I must be a subscriber.
No, probably not. Yeah. Had enough of us, like, once a month, that'll do.
I should have been the 100,000 subscribers.
That would have been amazing. Fix.
I'll just start blocking the last 200 people. Actually, mid-90s Jim Ross, he was head of talent relations at the time. He sent Yokozuna and Vader to Duke University weight loss clinic, and he checked in a week later, and they had both put on weight because they were sneaking out and eating chicken.
Motherfuckers.
Could you imagine them sneaking anywhere?
Oh my god.
The problem is, it's going to make it worse. They're going to stuff their faces for like a couple of hours a day when they get out.
Yeah. And
So they just binge eat everything.
Yeah.
Shit.
catch up, yeah.
Catch up with what?
With the, you know,
the Colonel.
Because they're because they're eating less during the day and they have to, like, you know, catch up with the food that they've missed out on.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, fucking hell.
Catch up with the Colonel.
The Colonel, is he in?